Your company is Volcanic Eruptions. I was reading an article online from HollywoodReporter.com. They were interviewing Lea Thompson.
Mm-hmm.
Lea Thompson, of course, was obviously your co-star in Back to the Future.
Right.
She called you an odd duck, but a genius. You and her were reciting some lines together, and she came over to your house, and she was quite surprised because your apartment was all black lacquer floors, ceilings, everything.
That's
and the way you prepared.
Not 100% accurate, but it's a little bit.
Well, and she says the way you prepared for the scene, let me finish, was you both painted a volcano together, which brings us back to volcanic eruptions.
Right. Yeah, no, it's partially true. The part that's inaccurate is the floors are not black lacquered floors. They were wood floors. And it was in an old apartment building off of Hollywood Boulevard. I would have not been, and nor would I have wanted to paint the wood floors black. But the walls were black. That was the first apartment I had. I got permission from the building. I had to paint it back to white when I moved out. I had to agree to do that, which I did. And my second apartment, which I moved to, which was also on Hollywood Boulevard, or off of Hollywood Boulevard on a street called Whitley, same street, called the Fontenoy, had the top floor, half of the top floor overlooking Hollywood Boulevard. I lived there for 7 years. And in that apartment, the walls were black. The ceiling was, by the end of when I was there, the ceiling was gold. I own a house now in the Silver Lake Hills. In this house, I reversed that final color combination, and what I have are that the highlights are gold and or copper, and the low lights are black. It was interesting at the time having the black walls. I liked that if you put artwork up, it kind of framed it in an interesting way. But I haven't had black walls since I moved out of the apartment at the Fontenoy in 1992. But I do have gold and copper walls. Although at my property in the Czech Republic, which I purchased 13 years ago now, that's a very complex color schemata because this is a building that was built in the 1600s, and there are excavations that have been going on for at least 10 years now of the frescoes that were originally painted. And the frescoes, the oldest fresco that's been restored is from the 1700s, which is of a Chinese garden. And the color palette tends toward being more pastel in that place. But black has interesting qualities to it. I'm less inclined these days to use black, although even at the chateau, certain doors and elements, black is something that I have in the chateau, but very sparingly. But yeah, I didn't know Lea Thompson that well, and I think it was like before we were shooting the scenes with where we were supposed to have been married for like 30 years or something. And I thought it would be a good idea to just paint a painting together and talk and what have you. It was a good experience. We painted a volcano, and yeah, it was just a simple way to make a kind of a connection, and it's not something I've employed it before or since, but I think it was actually a good thing to do.